So we have got Franco. I think that is all right because we started a little bit later. We have 10 minutes for discussion. And I tried to listen very carefully, and I think we have three topics. The one is that Teachers Association care for education. They have new ideas of school and society and ideas how to treat pupils as human beings. The next one is how do they connect and exchange their knowledge, and the third one is how do they fight or how do they stand up for their economic needs, for their professional needs, and for their social status, mainly in the 19th century. So please, your questions to the lecturers.
Just would like to ask a little question. I don't know what did the pupils learn in this ambulatory schools. Did they have to learn to read and to write? Yes. And what for? Was it necessary?
No, that's a good question. They had to learn to read, mainly to read the Bible. And that's the thing. I'm sure you will find the parallels in different kinds in the rest of Europe. But I think that's one of the things we often stress a lot at our museum. You just have to leave your conceptual school when you look at the school until 1850, because it's only about being able to read the Bible so that you can be saved. Yeah, that's the only goal of it. But yes, I think the average pupil has about 6 weeks every year. And whether they learn to read very well, I don't know. But recent research shows that the level of the reading competence has been much better than one has thought. If you look at it only through the school history, it looks very bad. But if you look at it through the literary or the use of literature in the 18th century, for instance, it's a different picture.
Thank you. I'd like to ask a colleague from Italy, the second speaker. Did the Italian Teacher Association at the first appearance had a real syndicalistic sense in order to protect their own position, their rights, or it was more a societal way of a union in order to protect perhaps the orphans or the children of without families, or to give some care for some class of the society that they have in their classes. Because in Greece, in this period, in the first decade of 20th century, they had only this class. They have no syndicalistic way, a syndicalistic spirit. And this is important for me to know if in the first period of your teacher education, you have both of them or one of them. Thank you. And the second question is to Mrs. Urban. Huh? Okay. I would like to ask if the Teacher Association played a very important role in the creation of Schulmuseen in
not at all. No.
and if
They founded a Natural Science Museum,
okay.
but they published school books, and I explained all. But no, not school museum. The school museum is founded in 1985, and the LGA was forbidden last century 3 times. In 33 for the first time, and in 45 for the second time, or 46 from the Soviet administration. And in the 90s, maybe it was a bit difficult, but it was possible to re-establish. And last week, the Leipzig Teacher Association, closed for the third time of its existence, and a fusion with the Saxonian Teachers Association should bring the forces together. We hope so. Or maybe a fourth foundation in the next century. I don't know.
The trade union spirit, the real trade union spirit, for claiming political aims. It arose about the beginning of 19th century. 20th century. Okay, the really an organization with only teachers, elementary teachers, was born in 1901, and the name of the organization is the Unione Magistrale Nazionale, National Union of Elementary Teachers. You can find the last decades, at least at 1869, some event where teachers associations asked to Parliament some things. For example, in 1969, a group of a press, a journal of teachers, asked to Parliament with a petition, petizione, I don't know even, better economics conditions, a salary more higher. So, it's the first claim to Parliament. But there is another spirit at the end of the century, as the spirit of resistance, the spirit of trust, syndicalist spirits. And so it's possible to find from the end of the century new associations with new statutes, where it's possible to have members only teachers, only elementary teachers, and no elementary or secondary teachers with inspectors, with headquarters. Is similar to the mutualism of the 19th century in all Europe, but it's no class organizations. So it's clear.
I've got a question myself, and it's about connecting the past and nowadays. And I would like to ask you, Vladimir, how do you cope with the heritage you became from all these teachers' associations in the past? Is there still a connection to this past we heard about?
Gibt es eine Verbindung?
Yeah, the density of organization is very high in Slovenia. We have it vary between 60 and 70% of teachers and employees in education is the highest organizational grade among the trade unions in Slovenia. All the other unions have less. No, policy trade union, they have a compulsory way to make policemen to trade union, but I said compulsory because they have a system of benefits for the members. What we have earned a lot from the former also trade union because they were at the end of past Yugoslavia, they were already bargaining for salaries, but the first real collective agreement was made by trade union of education in Slovenia, and then all the other followed then in this way of bargaining. It's quite a tradition which was already developed at the end of Yugoslavia. We would say all the benefits for members and so we have kept this, and now the European Union is trying to push it down because of instability of economy in Slovenia and very high very high debts which Slovenia has to master now. Yeah. That I would say this immediately past was also is a ground which was for now. But what is to say also is that to very big splitting of the trade unions in many single trade unions. We have a lot of only in public sector we have 32 trade unions, single trade unions, and they are most not in confederation. They are out of confederation, yeah. like our confederations. Thank you.
Okay, I hope we'll discuss that during the next days, and I would like to thank all the lecturers for their very interesting papers. Thank you.